Straight away, this is unlike any toaster I've seen before. I like the look of it. I like the feel of it.
It is very smooth.
Very trendy.
It looks a bit like a cross between a television from the 1950s and Knight Rider.
Yeah, it's the poshest easy bake oven I've ever seen.
Yeah. So we've got 5 modes that we need to test.
Okay.
Toast mode.
Good, there is a toast mode.
Cheese toast mode. Reheating baguette mode and reheating croissant mode. And then classic mode. First impressions, it looks quality.
Yeah.
Stop stroking it.
Because my expectations are so high. Because last time we reviewed a premium toaster, it blew me away. And I've never had toast as good since. So if this can match it, you're in for a treat.
Let's test toast mode.
Step 1 to making toast, this is new to us, add water.
So the toaster has steam technology.
The steamer.
Essentially, it's going to add steam into the oven. It will coat the bread surface with a thin layer of moisture. As the bread is baked moderately, the moisture and flavour are sealed inside the bread, and then the final toasting process begins.
This is completely new. In the Mitsubishi toaster, there was no water needed. Water into here.
Toast mode is especially designed for toasting sliced bread, bagels and English muffins. The optimum temperature is set along with the baking time. You can adjust the baking time to bake the bread to your favourite shade. Cut a deep cross on the bread. Step 2.
Put it in the toaster.
Butter your bread.
Jamie.
Apply a thin layer of butter to the bread.
No.
We're making the perfect toast.
Bread is buttered.
Bake in toast mode for 3 minutes. We're just going to do 1 slice, are we?
I can do 2, do you want 2?
Let's do 2 and see if you
cool.
don't cut it all the way through this time.
Can I close it yet?
Bake in toast mode for 3 minutes. Control the heat and bake until the toast turns golden brown.
I can hear the water dripping in as well. Steaming. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening?
Now wait.
What? No, it's, the timer's gone.
Yes.
Now, what do you do now?
Right. Okay, now open it up. Put a piece of butter on the toast and use the remaining heat in the toaster to slightly melt the butter.
No, what, you double butter? Look at that colour. What's interesting is when it started, it steamed up straight away.
Yeah.
And none of the what's it called? When things start to go brown.
No, you've got this. Go for it. Confidence.
Dexterization. No, that's not right. What's it called? But basically, it can't burn when it's wet, can it? You have to let the steam cook off and go away before it can start to go brown. But because the butter's on there, it browns a lot quicker. So the steam gets trapped in, then browns the outside. I can understand why they're saying it.
If you'd like to comment down below and let us know, is Barry's scientific analysis
Come on!
accurate or not? Cheers.
Cheers. It's a very nice slice of toast.
It's very moist in the middle.
It's rare to have a slice of toast that is this crisp on the outside and not rock solid in the middle.
Yeah, the top has the texture of fried bread, whereas the bottom is definitely toast because it's had no fat applied to it. That is a unique slice of toast.
I'm whelmed. It matches what the Mitsubishi does. I'm ready to be overwhelmed.
Mode 2, cheese toast mode.
I know.
What toaster has a cheese toast mode?
Only the best toasters in the world.
So Barry, I know what you're thinking. What's different about cheese toast mode? The upper heater is stronger so that it can cook or melt
Interesting.
toppings. What kind of cheese on toast do you want?
Let's go for like a bougie cheese on toast. Sourdough?
Yeah. Place shredded cheese on a thick slice of toast. Bake in cheese toast mode for 3.5 to 4.5 minutes. Bake the cheese until it bulges and turns golden brown. Apply honey or black pepper as desired.
Oh, touch. What are you hoping for here?
Golden brown,
Yeah,
melted,
yeah,
bubbling.
yeah. And because of the bread's thicker, I'm thinking the steam might have more of an effect on the moisture
So
in the middle.
fluffier in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we're sizzling. Pretty good. Yeah. Well done.
On a bougie angle.
Yeah.
You're right, definitely fluffier inside because it's
that.
thicker. That texture difference between the bottom and the middle.
It's a very thin layer of crunch.
Yeah. I think that's banging cheese on toast.
Usually, from a cheese on toast, all the moisture comes from the cheese.
Yeah.
But the bread is the wettest and best thing in it.
Yeah. It's toasted on the top and you've got the melted cheese. That is a whole package.
Yeah, it's steaming from the middle, not from just the top.
Yeah. Baz, we're on a roll. Number 3.
We're going to eat a lot of bread in this.
Did you know the average 2-person household wastes £30 per month just by throwing away food they've already bought? That's 360 quid a year in the bin. We've all done it. We made an app that fixes exactly that and more. Sorted Sidekick. Cook better, waste less, save more. Try it. It's free for 30 days and it's brilliant. Baguette Mode.
Yes, Jamie.
So this is suitable for heating bread with a hard crust and using steam to recreate the freshly baked state.
Seeing how much difference it made in the sourdough, this could be spectacular.
Now, I know what you're thinking. How are we going to cut our bread? Well, Barry, there are 3 different ways that we could cut our bread, and each is going to have a different texture.
I was just going to stick it in the machine.
No. You could do a block cut, so you get a fluffy inside with a crispy crust. You could slice it across, so you get a crispy inside and out, or slice along the middle of the baguette, and the sliced surface is crisp and crusty.
I want as much fluff as possible, please.
Block cut.
Block cut.
Bake in baguette mode for 3 to 4 minutes.
Ooh.
Here's what we're expecting, Barry, from our 3-star baguette. After heating, the inside is soft and the crust is crispy. Enjoy the sweet and mellow flavour of the wheat bread as though you were at a restaurant.
Was it? Okay.
What are we going to do with our baguette? Because the way that we've cut it says it's to serve with butter or dip in olive oil before eating.
Oh, let's do balsamic and olive oil.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
Ready? Okay, right, come on, just get into it. Don't tear it. Go ahead, Gadget, tear it. It's warmed through. It is a little moist. Kind of what I expect so far.
It's very fluffy in the middle, but it is hot. So the heat has got there.
Yeah.
The outside is deliciously crusty.
Yeah.
This is
before
the
and
same
after.
baguette.
It's been sitting around for a while, hasn't it?
Yeah. The outside is not crusty.
A lot more chewing. I mean, it's delicious. But this?
That's restaurant. Okay, so difference from chucking it into the oven to do a similar job. You're not heating a whole oven, number one. Time, that was 4 minutes instead of 10 minutes to heat the oven and a few minutes to cook it. Also, I do think it's fluffier inside than you would get it.
In terms of bringing bread back to life, this works perfectly.
Yeah.
You couldn't do much better than that, but you could get something very similar in the oven with a bit of water.
Let's move on to croissant mode.
Oh, now we're talking.
So croissant mode is for heating bread that has a lot of butter and sugar, because what you don't want is to burn the outside, but you do want to crisp it up and reheat the middle.
Okay, see, this is getting sciencey, this one.
This is getting sciencey. So we have
some really naff looking croissants.
Supermarket croissants.
Yep, dash of water. Croissants are majestic creatures. Like they deserve to be like loved at every. That just feels so sad to me.
Yeah. Now what we're looking for is that the inside of the croissants are steaming hot and the outside is not burnt.
Golden, crisp, fluffy,
layers.
steamy. Oh.
The booklet that Balmuda the Toaster comes with is actually really helpful. The first half's written in Japanese.
Useful.
Not so helpful. But the second half is written in English. There's diagrams, there's step-by-step instructions, and then there's actual recipes as well. Now, when that beeps, we've got to wait about 30 seconds before taking the croissants out.
Baguettes were a tough gig because like the skin is almost like impenetrable.
Yeah.
Like, whereas this, you'd have thought you'd get more moisture in there before it starts crisping up the outside.
Non-toasted, toasted.
Can't tell much difference, can you? Yeah.
Slightly shrunk in size.
So far, you get the same thing from putting them in the oven for a little bit.
Yeah. It's very crispy on the outside. You've now got all of those layers of pastry.
This is only as good as the croissants you put into the machine.
Yes. This is better than that,
Yeah.
but that wasn't great to start with. So I think if you bought croissants from a bakery, had some left over and had them the next day, that would bring them back to life.
Not a miracle worker.
But we could be miracle workers if we came up with a great filling for them.
Oh, I see you did. So let's make a chopping board guacamole. Take an avocado, smash it up, lime, olive oil, salt, a load of chilli, and some red onion. And smash it up on the board.
And for the most authentic guacamole, don't forget the bacon.
That'll do, innit?
Cheers.
Now it's back to life.
I think the two keys to this are steam and temperature control.
Yeah. The detail in the book as well are very specific.
Classic mode. It's essentially going to turn it into a non-fan assisted oven. We
Right.
can set it at 170 degrees Celsius,
Yep.
200 degrees Celsius, or 250 degrees Celsius.
Okay.
It's quite specific, but also not very flexible.
And we've chosen to make cookies. I say make. We have some cookie dough ready to be baked.
170 degrees, 15 to 20 minutes. It's been 15 minutes. It reckons 15 to 20.
They look pretty good to me.
Very different cookies depending on whether they were cooked at the front or the back of the oven.
I'm surprised at. I mean, it's baked cookies.
It's baked, it's baked.
It's baked cookies. It's done a good job as an oven. It bakes well, and also, because it's so small, it doesn't need much power,
No.
and no preheating either.
No preheating. It did it, and I think you could make a batch of cookie dough, and then you can just slice off the 4 or 6 that you want.
Yeah.
Job done. So when you want to do more, that's going to be a problem.
Which is most of the time.
Yeah. We've used all the modes. We know what it does. Shall we push it to its limits and do something that it doesn't say that it does?
Of course, we're sorted. Ben's not here,
So,
and you have the cheek to bring out a crap. Well, you know what? Actually, that's a relatively posh crap pizza.
it's a posh supermarket pizza.
Yeah.
Can we cook a store-bought, ready-made pizza in there quicker than you'd normally do it in an oven?
I'm not a massive fan of these pizzas, but they are so convenient.
Yeah.
So I get why this is here and why
Yeah.
we have to test it.
But we do have to cut it in half.
We're better than this. We're better than shop-bought pizza.
I reckon we put it on cheese toast mode.
Because essentially, there is cheese
And
on bread.
toast. Yeah, because we want to steam.
Moisture from the steam and bubbling cheese. When the chef's away, let the normals play. Tell you what, let's put it on 10 minutes. When it starts to burn, take it out.
That is a really good idea, Baz.
That's how you cook. That's pretty good. It's got a bend. It's definitely moist. It's steaming. That's done. The only way you could cook it that quickly else otherwise is in a microwave, and that would be disgusting. Exactly.
Slightly floppier, I would say, than usual.
The bread does look wetter.
Yeah.
It's hot. I'm very confident in saying this has done a better job than an oven. But we've now graduated from terribly basic to just about acceptable pizza.
I think when you bake a pizza like that in the oven,
Yep.
the base is all one texture. It's either really crispy, really soft. It's difficult to get any difference. Whereas that has a crispy outside and a softer middle. There's nuance to it, and I think that's a good thing. Well, we've done lots of very rigorous, quite delicious testing.
Yeah, I've got some thoughts now.
I have some thoughts as well.
What's next?
We're going to find out how much it costs. What I liked about it is it made probably the best toast that I've ever had automatically. It told me what to do and it just did it.
What aren't you a fan of?
The cooking size is quite small. Like not being able to fit a baking tray in it to make use of the other things it can do is annoying.
I like the fact that it's a fantastic smart toaster with the benefits of being able to use it as an oven as well. It's almost like a smart grill. What I'm not sure I like about it though, it's another thing to clutter my kitchen.
You don't know how much it costs yet.
Good point.
So the cost is underneath there.
Yep.
We're going to both guess what we think it sells for.
Yep. Bearing in mind, the Mitsubishi is £300. Are we talking oven money or are we talking toaster money? 3, 2, 1. No way! No effing way!
How did we do that?
No! That's disgusting.
You didn't even put £500.
No!
49999.
Are we that predictable?
Okay, so say it is £499.99. Are you buying it?
For me, this replaces my grill and my toaster into one thing. It does both. I'm interested in it. I've been in the market. I've been looking at it. Whether or not I commit or not, I don't know. Why settle for average when you can have great toast every morning? This toaster with benefits comes in at $299. That's 260 quid.
That's nearly half the price of what we both presumed. I spent that on an outdoor pizza oven.
Yeah.
So I can't complain about a toaster that makes toast and other things for the same price, can I?
I'm pleasantly, I mean, we're so used to doing pretentious ingredients and products now.
Yeah.
But are we now thinking that's affordable?
If you appreciate good toast,
Yeah.
good cheese on toast,
Yeah.
the taste, smell, texture of fresh bread, even if you don't actually have fresh bread, and you have 260 quid to spend on solving that problem, I think this does the job.
So if you're in the market for an incredibly expensive toaster with benefits, I think I'd recommend it. If you're not, avoid it, because it's ridiculous. But if you are, it might be for you.
And if you like tiny cups.
Yeah, ridiculous. What's happened to us? Well, you've heard our thoughts.
We're conflicted because it really works.
Yeah.
But it's really expensive.
What are your thoughts? Would you spend the money on this? Comment down below. Is that where you put the money in to get it going?
It does look like a slot machine, but no. That's where we put 5 cc's of water so we can get the steam technology working properly.
What does 5cc mean?
Here you go. That's 5 cc's.
Little cappuccino cup with it. Little espresso.
A little espresso.